you often feel out of control around food? Perhaps you're the kind of person that just can't hold yourself back when the snacks are out. Or maybe you gorge on food when no one's looking. If that's you, I've been there too. Totally out of control around food. This video gives you 3 things to give up in order to improve your relationship with food. I'm Lara, the food freedom psychologist, and I can help you create a healthy and happy relationship with food without guilt or stress eating. I hope you're enjoying my videos and getting so much value from them. If you are, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and click that little bell so that you can find out every time I post a new video. And if you are feeling overwhelmed and out of control around food, then sign up to my free Food Freedom Masterclass. It looks like this and the details are below. In my signature programs, so many of the women that I've worked with have felt totally out of control around food. We work really hard to help them heal their relationship with food. And the tips I'm sharing with you today have been so helpful to them. In Food Freedom Matters, we have seen so many incredible transformations with people completely changing their relationship with food and their body image. So let me ask you, what's your relationship like with food? Do you feel out of control or are you in charge and confident? For years, I felt totally out of control around food. I used to think about food constantly, worrying about carbs and macros, grams of sugar, amount of fat. You could say it was obsessive. I was trying so hard to restrict and control everything that I was eating. And it had the totally opposite effect. I felt out of control. I felt wild. If you left me by a snack table, I'd stuff my face full of crisps, snacks, and nuts. If you gave me a box of chocolate, I wouldn't be satisfied until I ate every single one. I was definitely out of control. And in my journey towards food freedom, letting go of these 3 things made all the difference and helped me heal my relationship with food. So number 1, give up thinking short term. Improving a relationship with food starts with much longer term thinking. Many diets and healthy eating plans are so short term. 30 days to drop a dress size, 10 days to reduce your belly fat, 28 days of clean eating. The problem is that these kinds of things aren't sustainable in the long term. Sure, you can give up gluten and dairy for 30 days, but what happens afterwards? Can you give that up forever? Probably not, unless you have a medical reason to do so. Short term thinking creates this yo-yo effect. You're on your clean eating regime for 30 days. Perhaps you feel some success in the process, but inevitably when you stop, your weight piles back on and you're back to all your old habits. At some point, most people will binge on their not allowed foods, or they'll be off and then on their healthy eating plans over and over again. Often people blame themselves or they blame their willpower. I hear people say to me,
why can't I stick to my healthy eating plan? Why do I find myself binging on ice cream?
But it's actually not willpower, it's biology that creates this effect. And I explained all about that in this video here, which explores exactly why you struggle with sticking to healthy eating plans. You see, if you look at all the long-term studies on dieting, there's a bit of a rebound effect. Most people will lose about 10% of their body weight in the first 6 months. But if you study people in the long term, 2 to 5 years later, most people have put that weight back on. And in 2/3 of cases, they are heavier than when they started. So the research is pretty clear that food restriction doesn't work. Your best bet, if you're interested in your long-term health, is to find something that's sustainable in the long term. An approach where you won't feel deprived. An approach where all foods are allowed in the house. Where you're eating for both nourishment, think stir-fried soups, salads, but also enjoyment. For you, that might be chocolate and crisps and biscuits. The more foods I keep in my house, the less likely I am to have a huge blowout on all the foods that I used to restrict. So thinking long-term will definitely bring you closer to healing a relationship with food. Number 2, give up using food labels. Take a moment here to think about how you talk about food. And feel free to let me know in the comments below. Perhaps you call chocolate a naughty treat. Maybe French fries are bad and unhealthy. Maybe you call spinach virtuous or apples are good. When we use these kinds of labels, what we're doing is we're putting food into one of 2 camps. It's either good, healthy, clean, or it's bad, unhealthy, toxic. And actually it's no surprise because most of the healthy eating plans we do will categorize food in one way or another. They may do it more subtly, like giving food points, or less subtly using a red, amber and green traffic light system, or sometimes food is free. All of these lead to the assumption that food is either good or bad. Now, I'm certainly not saying that all food is equally nutritious. Yes, absolutely, some food gives you more nutrients than others. But the problem with using this good or bad terminology is that you end up moralizing food. So when you inevitably give in to your cravings for chocolate or cake, you will feel so much worse about yourself because it's bad food, because then you feel guilty, you feel ashamed, you feel frustrated with yourself because you caved in. Without the labels, you're just eating food. An apple is an apple, a bar of chocolate is a bar of chocolate. Neither is inherently good or bad. They're serving different purposes. And that links to my third and final point. Number 3, thinking of food as only fuel. I'm guessing that you've probably seen at least one post on Instagram or Pinterest telling you that food is fuel. Yes, absolutely, food does provide us with energy, so I can totally see how that food is fuel concept came about. But I think this concept misses the point of what food can be in a healthy relationship, because it's more than just providing calories to your body. Food can be about connection with friends and family. It's maybe sitting down to an intimate meal, or perhaps it's celebrating a birthday or celebrating a wedding. Food is also about cultural celebrations throughout the year. Food can be nostalgic. Don't know if you've ever eaten something that takes you back to that time of being a 10-year-old. Food can be comforting, it can be rewarding. And I think when we just think about food as fuel, it robs us of a very beautiful way to connect with people. After I personally dropped these 3 ways of thinking, it really helped me to start healing my relationship with food and helping me on that journey of food freedom. And I really hope that you too can use these ideals to help you heal your relationship with food. And if you're someone who's ready to start your undieting journey, imagine having access to a ton of non-diet experts. Think fitness coaches, nutritionists, psychologists, body image coaches, registered dietitians, therapists, and so much more. Well, you can join the Undiet community. You get access to workshops, to movement classes. You can listen to audios and meditations. You can watch videos, and all of them take a non-diet yet health promoting approach. It is the largest non-diet space online, almost like Netflix, Mind Valley, and a Facebook group had a baby. So if you want to join this community, the details are in the links below. As always, I have added some more links and resources for you to explore below, and today I recommend 2 books. One is The Diet-Free Revolution and the other is Just Eat It. Both of these are fabulous books for giving you top tips to healing your relationship with food and starting on your journey towards food freedom. So check out these videos next for more health, mindset and food freedom tips. And if you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel, and if you know anyone who is also starting their journey towards food freedom, please do share it with your friends. Bye for now.